Wednesday the 11th, full body. Only one part, 5, 6, or 7 rounds. We have thrusters, Supermans, burpees, and 3-point toe taps. Thrusters. And that can also be done sitting to your chair. Supermans. Burpees, so I'll just show you a half a burpee. You also have a full, you have off of a height, and 3-point toe taps per leg. That just like whipped my hair in my eye. Okay, did I get it? Okay. I have a friend who hates when I do that. I grab my eyelid and I pull it and I like blow and I try to shake stuff out and she is so disgusted by that. Anyways, 3-point toe tap. 1, 2, 3, and switch sides. Okay, thrusters. So thrusters is combining a squat, like a weighted squat, and a shoulder press. So I'll show you regular and then I'll show you with your chair. So you're going to put the weights up to your shoulders. You're going to squat down, and when you stand up, you're gonna press. Press, 1, squat, press, 2, squat, press, 3, squat, press, 4. You can do it more fluid, where it just looks like this. I'm not really pausing, I just go straight down into my squat. If you have bad knees, bending problems, whatever it is, you're gonna do it to your chair. So you're still gonna do the same exact thing, weights up to your shoulders, full sit, stand and press. Full sit, stand and press, okay? Or you can do it tap and go too, if you're just not aware of where you are in space, okay? So that one is actually one of my least favorites to do, especially if you're using a heavier weight. Supermans. You're going to lay on your stomach with your hands stretched out in front and your legs out back. Now the point is you're going to lift up everything at the same time and you're going to be balancing just on your stomach. So you're using the whole back of your body to lift up, okay? So you're going to lift, down, lift, down, lift, down. So this one is very awkward if you have never done it before. And even when you have done it, it's still awkward. But if you've never done it, it's gonna feel awkward. You might feel like you're not lifting high enough. It's fine, just lift however you can lift. A lot of people have weaker muscles on the back of their body because we're always lifting things, we're squatting, we're doing a lot of things at the front, but you're never in your life gonna do that other than an exercise, okay? So it is awkward. You're gonna feel probably some pulling in your lower back because again, a lot of us have weak lower backs. So that's all normal. If you feel weird, you're probably doing it right. The only thing I would think about with that one is your breathing. So it's much easier to do it just now like I did versus in your actual workout. So you have rounds, so you're gonna be doing obviously other exercises and within your rounds. So at some point you're probably going to, be breathing heavier. So the thing that stinks about the Superman is you're laying on your stomach. So not only are you trying to breathe, but then you're laying on your stomach and then you go up, it's like more pressure. So try to find a breathing pattern that works for you. Sometimes I blow out when I go up. Sometimes I hold my breath when I go up and I blow out on the way down. It just depends on how heavy I'm breathing kind of. So you'll see what I mean when you do it. Burpees. Okay, there's a lot of modifications for burpees. There's literally still something in my eye. But I'm going to just show you 3, okay? So it will be off of a height, half burpee, full burpee, okay? So full burpee means hardest version, and you're gonna go all the way down to the ground. So again, your variations are changing based off of your upper body getting higher and higher off the ground. The higher your upper body is off the ground, the easier the exercise is, okay? Because there's less weight, you're holding up less of your body weight, okay? So, full burpee, you're going to open up your stance, you're gonna reach down to the ground, jump your feet out like you're gonna do a high plank, but collapse all the way to the ground. So I have everything touching the ground, my chest, my stomach. Then I'm going to push up, wide squat stance, jump up. 1, down, out, floor, press, squat, jump. 2, down, out, floor, press, squat, jump. 3, okay? So the best kind of trick that I can give people, because a lot of times they don't like doing burpees, number one, because they're difficult, but number two, they do them really slow. So what I have found is that if you use your quads, it's very helpful. So what I mean by that is when I go down and I get down, I almost rock up and I almost like bounce off my quads, okay? So I come down, I press up. So when I'm here, I almost rock forward when I fall, and then I kind of rock and press back up off my quads to get back up. So that might sound confusing, but as you start to do them, you might start to understand what I mean. So even though I'm laying all the way down, I try not to make myself dead weight, okay? So when I come down, I try not to like relax any bit of my body. When I come down, I'm ready to go right back up like this, okay? So a lot of times people come down and then they're like, they can barely do it, but it's like you already allowed yourself to loosen up. So I don't know, that's my opinion. The key is to stay as tight as you can so you're always using your muscles so you never get that dead weight effect, okay? So if you don't know what I mean by dead weight, like if you've ever tried to like drag someone or move someone, whether like someone fell asleep and you're trying to push them out of the way, or you're like play wrestling with somebody and you're trying to move them off of you, when they're just laying there like this, their body is very heavy. So the same thing is gonna be for you when you're doing your burpee. So the tighter that you stay and the more engaged your muscles are during your burpee, the easier it's going to be to get back up off the ground, okay? Now your half burpee is half. So you're gonna go down the same way, but instead of collapsing to the ground, you're gonna stay in high plank. So you stay here, back in, up, 1, down, out, in, up, 2, down, out, in, up, 3. Now your easiest version is gonna be off of your height. So it's gonna look exactly like your half burpee, except you're off of a height. Down, out, in, up, 1. Down, out, in, up, 2. Down, out, in, up, 3, okay? So a lot of people probably say, I can't do burpees, they're too hard. There's a modification for everything. So one of those 3 should work for you. And if you have to start the easiest, don't feel bad. Don't think, oh, I'm not even gonna do it. You have to work your way up, okay? So start easiest, and then if we ever come across them again in this program or another program, you might have built up enough muscle to do the half one, or you might be able to do some half, some off a height, okay? But you always have to work at it or it's never gonna get easier. We have 3-point toe taps to finish the round. So this is a like leg isolation exercise. So you have one leg staying the same and one leg moving to 3 different points, okay? So the leg that is working is the leg that is not moving. So you're going to kind of do a half squat on that stationary leg, half squat, and then this leg is gonna move, okay? It's gonna move forward, tap the ground, side, middle, backward, middle, 1. Front, middle, side, middle, back, middle, 2, okay? 3, 4, 5. Notice my hands as I go faster, move opposite direction of my leg. That's just giving me balance, okay? My arms are moving opposite direction of my legs. Now, you might be thinking, what is that doing? Well, if you just did that like I did, you're already gonna know you're shifting the balance of your weight the entire time while this leg is in isolation, okay? So every time that this leg moves in a different direction, this leg is working to stabilize itself, okay? So you're working all these tiny muscles as it's trying to keep its balance. So you don't necessarily feel that happening, you're just gonna feel a burn. So not only is it doing that, but you have that half squat going on, so you are engaging even if you weren't moving. If I just had to stand here like this on one leg, it's gonna start to burn, okay? So you have that aspect on top of the movement. That's what this exercise does. So it seems weird, or maybe you've never seen it before, or you're like, what is, I don't get it. That's what it is that you are challenging that non-moving leg to do a hold and to stabilize all at the same time, okay? So that is your Wednesday the 11th.